crimes, which really, we don't use that term anymore. We really call it crimes of proximity, which simply means that people kill the people that's close to them. And if black people live closer to black people, they're gonna kill black people when it's time to do those particular acts, right? And white people who live close to white people are gonna have crimes of proximity to the folks that they live with. But I also want to say that the crimes of proximity that often happens in the black community is also connected to the experiences of racism. When you believe the negative stereotypes and thoughts about yourself, and you don't have any value that you carry around your own worth, you're not going to see it in somebody else that looks like you. It'll be much easier to annihilate them, to take them out, to have less patience with them, to think that they have less value to be around, to be stuck in your own pain around that. It's another reason that we need to end racism, that we need to bring healing to our communities, healing, and help one another regain their sense of worth and regain their sense of self-esteem. Too many of us in our community have vacated their own esteem. You can't walk around and be very productive in this life and accomplish much if you have evacuated your own esteem. So there is a conversation to be had with black folk. And this rally really is about that. We really came out here to talk to black folk, to let you all know that we believe at Spiritus Christi that Black lives matter to us. And we want to have a conversation about how do we move forward and create space to have conversations that matter.
Just give a little love.
Just give a little love. That's exactly right. We need to give a little love, but we need to also have some specific conversations. We need to create a way to move forward, to talk about the issues that matter. Too many of our black families in this community don't and can't afford life insurance to bury the dead when they die. We look on Facebook and there's one GoFundMe after another GoFundMe and after another GoFundMe. Just imagine for a minute that you can't bury your mother, or you can't bury your child, you can't bury your uncle. You've got to go out into the community and beg and borrow and steal and ask somebody to please help me. The county has cut a lot of the funding that the only thing that people can do with the money that they now give them, particularly families of color, is cremate their loved ones, whether they want to or not. And so there are conversations that we need to have. We need to have conversations about how do we put an agenda forward to really reclaim true brotherhood, true sisterhood, right, where we come together. We need to have a conversation about how do we create a community, black community investment fund so that we can invest in the viability of the black community for real. So that we can attend to the things that the black community needs. We've had lots of speeches. It's time for us to roll up our sleeves and begin to do some actions. How do we create conversation to talk about family partnerships? Merging families together to help each other, to share wisdom with each other, to share information with each other, to build relationships with one another, to help each other with their children, to think through more critically how to manage their finances. There are some families in this community that have figured some stuff out. And there's other families that don't even know where to start. We need to hook up and we need to link ourselves to one another so that we can move forward together, so that we can really put into action that black lives really do matter. Are you with me? We need to create the community space on addressing a lot of historical wounds that we carry in our community. We need to address issues around adequate transportation, self-advocacy, group advocacy, housing crisis that's happening in our community, where people are being evicted. They're having their homes foreclosed on. We need to figure this out. Homelessness cannot be the option for a people in an advanced nation. That can't be the option. We can figure this out together, but we have to create community space to have these conversations, to figure this out together, to bring our best thinking to the Black community and to the community at large. We are the ones that we're looking for. We don't need to look anywhere else. We can do this. So Black Lives Mattering is about Black families, Black joy, Black safety, Black health, Black resources, Black opportunities, Black politics, Black education, Black brilliance, Black activism, Black thriving, and Black viability. And we can all work towards those things. If we don't all make it, the truth is none of us have really made it. We're only as strong as our weakest links. And so I want to encourage you to create the spaces. You have me here tonight from Spiritus Christi. We have lots of Spiritus Christi members here tonight. If you're from Spiritus Christi, come on, put your hands up. You see all these Spiritus Christi folks? Have conversations with them. We have Glory House International, Pastor Melvin. Where's Pastor Melvin? Back there, back there. Have conversations with him. We're going to be talking about creating space for community conversations to address just these issues that we're talking about. And we're going to be looking for you to show up for your own life. Too often we play supporting actress to our own life story. We've got to show up and play the main part. And now I'm going to offer a song. We're going to do some music. Don't forget to go over and get yourself some